So hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a few minutes. My name is Rich Charpentier. I'm the channel host. And if you can't tell, we're out in the field in the Granite Dells, and I'm getting ready to do some testing and some setup for a couple of tutorials. What I thought I'd show you today before we start the tutorials is what's going on with my setup here. So right across the way from me, I'm talking to you on the iPhone 8 Plus. It is on a Manfrotto stand and connected up to the wireless Go system that, who's this from again? I can never remember names. Rode. So I'm using the Rode wireless Go system. I've got a good bit of wind behind me right now. Hopefully this little muffler thing is cutting that wind out. What you see next to me, I've got a second Manfrotto stand, and I've got a little holder on the top of the Manfrotto stand for an Android. So we actually have a Samsung Android out here today, and this is going to be my first time testing an application with the Android device. Normally when I'm out at a location, I have an iPad mini 4, and usually I'll have an iPhone as well. For today's testing, this is all about an Android application, therefore the iOS stuff is out the window. Right below me, I've got a Pelican case that carries my Mavic Pro, so I fly a Mavic Pro and a Mavic 2 Pro. Today, for testing purposes, we're going to be using the Mavic Pro, the original, and we're going to be putting an app through its paces, and we're going to do some very simple things. I came out to this field because I'm not doing a big test. We're just going to fly around this field using some waypoint missions and testing some features out on the application that I'm going to be using on the Android today. So once again, no spoilers for this one. On my Patreon channel, I will be putting up several videos from this testing, and eventually it might launch live onto the YouTube channel as well. But if you can't wait to see it and you want to check out an Android application getting put through its paces and its initial testing, go on over, check out my Patreon channel, and you can see it sooner than the rest of the world. At some point, this video, the other videos will be hitting YouTube. Today's video, this setup, will be hitting YouTube right away, because I've had questions from people saying, so how do you do these tutorial setups, and how do you get your setups for when you're going to client locations? Well, this is it. So when I'm at a client location, I've usually got 2 tripods with me. I've got connectors for the tripods for the iPad, for the iPhones, now for the Android. And then I've got my extra batteries and other equipment in the Pelican case. And off to my left, I've got the drone sitting and waiting to actually do its thing. So when I set up the tutorial next, when I walk people through it, I will also have the Android device on, I will have the application up, and I will be doing a screen recording on the Android device. So the Android's going to be able to pick up my audio as well. And it's going to sound much worse. It's going to be super windy and crazy, and it doesn't sound right, and you'll hate it. So what we do is I merge the video from the Android to the video from the iPhone. The video from the iPhone is going to have better sound because I'm using the Rode Wireless Go system. So we'll synchronize those 2 video clips, and then we'll pick only the audio that was recorded from the iPhone, because it's going to sound a lot better because we've got the Wireless Go set up. So that's usually how I've got setups at client locations, and oftentimes I'll have a visual observer with me so that they can pick up that camera and move it around. Right now that camera is just fixed here, and the drone's over here, so you're not even seeing it. When I've got a visual observer, they can actually move the recording equipment for me, or they can walk around with my Osmo Mobile 2 and film things that way while I'm recording the audio to it as well. So that's the setup for when I'm doing tutorials in the field, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off in just a moment, because the next thing I need to do is actually start setting up for this testing. So once again, if you want to see that testing video sooner rather than later, check out the Patreon channel. If you don't want to, that's okay. It will be popping up at YouTube at some point in time, probably in the next couple of months, so you'll still get to see it anyways. All right, as always, thanks again for stopping by. If you like this video, go down to the subscribe button, hit the like button, and you'll get updates of all of the newest videos coming out here. Thanks again, everybody.